There are places on Earth that look like they belong to another planet. Places so strange that many people believe they cannot be real. Mountains with colors that look painted by an artist. Deserts where the ground disappears and the sky reflects beneath your feet. Islands where life evolved in ways found nowhere else on Earth. For millions of years, nature has been creating landscapes that seem impossible, hidden in some of the most isolated corners of our planet. No science fiction, no special effects, just Earth showing a side most people never see. Today, we will explore 5 places on Earth that look impossible but are real. And the strangest part is that every single one of them has a real story behind it. From a desert that transforms into a perfect mirror, to a landscape where evolution created forms that look completely alien. These 5 places will change the way you see our planet. In China, there is a place where the mountains look like they were painted by an artist. But these colors were not created by humans. They were created deep inside the earth. The Zhangye Dangxia Mountains are famous around the world for their incredible layers of red, orange, yellow, and purple. From above, they almost look artificial, like someone designed them carefully. But there is no paint here. No human hand created these patterns. The colors are the result of minerals and ancient geological processes hidden beneath the surface. Millions of years ago, layers of sand, minerals, and sediment slowly accumulated, each layer carrying a different chemical composition, each layer waiting for time to reveal it. Then erosion began. Wind and rain slowly removed the softer rock, exposing the colors that had been hidden for millions of years. The result is a landscape that looks almost impossible, a mountain range that seems closer to a painting than a natural formation. But nature does not need an artist, it only needs enough time. And after millions of years, even stone can become a masterpiece. And Zhangye Dangxia is only the beginning, because there are places on Earth where the landscape does not just change, it completely transforms. In Bolivia, there is a place where the ground can disappear, where the horizon becomes impossible to find, and the Earth seems to merge with the sky. The Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat on the planet, a huge white desert stretching farther than the eye can see, covering thousands of square kilometers. It does not feel like a normal landscape. It feels like standing on another world. But millions of years ago, this place looked completely different. This endless white surface was once covered by ancient lakes. As those waters slowly disappeared, they left behind enormous layers of salt, a reminder that even landscapes that seem permanent are only moments in Earth's long history. The surface we see today was created by countless cycles of nature. Water disappeared, minerals remained, and slowly an entire desert of salt was formed. Even the strange patterns on the ground are created naturally. The movement of water beneath the surface creates geometric shapes, almost like someone carefully designed them. But during the rainy season, something even more surprising happens. A place that looks like a desert suddenly changes completely. A thin layer of water covers the salt, and the entire landscape transforms into the largest natural mirror on Earth. For a moment, the difference between the ground and the sky disappears. The horizon vanishes, and it becomes difficult to understand where Earth ends and the clouds begin. But beneath this impossible landscape, there is something extremely important for the modern world. Hidden below the salt are some of the largest lithium deposits on Earth, the same element used in many of the technologies that power our daily lives. A place that looks like another planet is actually connected to the future of our own. And that is what makes Earth so surprising. So far, we have seen mountains that look painted, and a desert that can become a perfect reflection of the sky. But the next places will take us even further, to environments so unusual that they seem almost impossible to exist. If you enjoy discovering the hidden side of our planet, support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. Because there are still many places on Earth that most people have never seen, and the next locations may be even harder to believe, because they show just how strange nature can become. Far away in the Arabian Sea, there is an island that feels separated from the rest of the world, a place where life followed its own path. Socotra is one of the most isolated islands on Earth, and its isolation created a landscape unlike almost anywhere else. For millions of years, species here evolved away from the outside world, creating plants and environments found nowhere else. The most famous example is the dragon blood tree, a strange tree with an umbrella shape and a red resin that has fascinated humans for centuries. Almost 1/3 of Socotra's plant species exist only on this island, meaning they evolved here and nowhere else. It looks like a landscape from another planet, but the truth is even more fascinating. This is what happens when nature has millions of years to create something different. And perhaps the strangest thing about Socotra is not how unusual it looks. It is the fact that an entire ecosystem developed almost alone, protected by distance and time. A hidden world inside our own world. Hidden deep in South America, there is a mountain that looks like it was created for another world. A giant stone formation rising above the clouds. Mount Roraima is one of the oldest geological formations on Earth, a massive plateau that has existed for billions of years, long before humans ever walked this planet. Its enormous cliffs rise hundreds of meters above the surrounding jungle, creating natural walls that protected the top from the world below. For thousands of years, the summit remained isolated, separated by cliffs, clouds, and harsh conditions. And that isolation changed everything, because life on top of Roraima developed in a completely different way. Plants adapted to survive in this strange environment. Some species found here exist nowhere else on Earth. Walking across the top of Roraima feels less like climbing a mountain, and more like discovering a lost world. A place where nature seems untouched by time. Perhaps that is what makes this mountain so fascinating. It was not built to look mysterious. It simply became mysterious, because nature protected it for millions of years. But the final place on our list may be one of the closest things to another planet, without ever leaving Earth. The Danakil Depression is one of the most extreme environments on the planet, a landscape filled with volcanoes, salt, and unusual mineral formations. Here, the Earth itself appears alive. Hot springs bubble, volcanic gases rise, and the ground changes colors in ways that seem impossible. Yellow, green, and orange formations cover the landscape, not because someone designed them, but because different minerals react with heat and chemicals beneath the surface. Temperatures here can become extreme. The environment is harsh, and yet, humans still come here. For generations, people have adapted to this difficult place. Workers travel across this landscape collecting salt, continuing traditions that existed for centuries. And maybe that is the most interesting part. The strangest places on Earth are not always empty. Sometimes, humans find a way to exist even there. After seeing these 5 locations, one thing becomes clear. Earth is far stranger than we usually imagine. We often look into space searching for alien worlds, looking for places that seem impossible. But some of the most unbelievable landscapes are already here, hidden on the same planet we call home. These places were shaped by forces much older than us, by time, by nature, and by processes we are still trying to understand. Maybe the biggest mystery is not discovering another planet. Maybe it is realizing how much of our own world remains unknown. If you enjoyed this journey through Earth's impossible places, leave a like and subscribe. More stories about the hidden wonders of our planet are coming. Because sometimes, the most incredible discoveries are not beyond the stars. They are right here, waiting to be seen.